I'm Tom.
And I'm Tanner.
Welcome to episode 8 of Bird Squawk. Man, brother, I'm still mentally drained from that game last night. Oh my God. We were dropping like flies.
Where do you even start? It was just nothing seemed to bounce their way, injury-wise. It was a train wreck at the beginning. That first half was brutal.
Man, I just feel like, wow, we went in there with like a fully loaded arsenal, and by the time we walked out of there, we had like one bullet left in the gun. Everybody was just out. I mean, like, what happened to the offensive line? I mean, what were you guys doing last night? I mean, my man Wentz, we're going to get him killed. I mean, he had a bad first half.
Yeah.
But I swear, anybody talking any smack on him in that second half, that is my quarterback.
For sure. We'll get into that. Right off the bat, the injuries. Goddard doesn't even make it through the warm-ups. His calf is hurting, the one that was hurting him during the preseason. Deshaun groin, what I've read is it's painful, but he should be all right. But if it was all right, why didn't he go last night? I don't know anything about Alshon. I haven't heard anything new about it, so who knows? But obviously the biggest one out of all of them is Timmy Jernigan, because now he has a foot injury and is out at least a month. Some people were even fearing the season, and that was the guy that was replacing Malik Jackson, and now that's getting thin. We're
getting thin there, but, got to give it to Schwartzy, too, though. He dialed up some stuff last night, finally. I mean, we got to say Matty Ryan was trying his hardest to give us that game.
Yeah.
I mean, what was he doing at the end there? Wow. And, I mean, let's talk about Darby. I mean, what's going on there? The man was just getting torched. It was like once over the top, twice over the top.
Yeah, they finally hit on the
third time was a charm.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's like 21. Let's go for him.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
I mean, I know the Twitter universe was blowing up. I mean, end of the world. We were playing with our B squad, C squad, and we almost won that game. I mean, Wentz almost beat him by himself.
Yeah, I mean,
coming out of half, Corey Clement, man, you cannot fumble that ball.
Yeah, I know, but his arm died. He got his shoulder just got blown up. He came off a limp shoulder. I mean, that's tough. I mean, that was a tough spot for that to happen.
Aguilar, you got to catch that. You got to catch that. You want to be in the bright lights? You can't lose the ball in the lights.
I know, we're just all over the place. There's so many things to talk about. The defense is what kept us in the game, but I still wasn't impressed. I thought Sidney Jones and Rasul played pretty good. Rasul had some nice plays on Julio. Sidney Jones had the pick. He had a couple big hits. I thought he played all right. Like you were saying, Darby. I mean,
when do we go get Minka?
That's the thing.
Is Minka still on the radar, Howie? Are you listening, Howie? You know you got the pulse of this organization. I know you do. You're the traitor, Howie. I think we need Minka.
Yeah, I think it's when we were both really into that when that first came out. He is really a perfect fit for what we need right now.
And Dougie, what are we doing with the running game?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's everywhere. There is every person on that team yesterday is accountable for some mistake, some blooper, something stupid happening.
But you know what the doctor ordered? The Lions.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going to get this train back on the track. Got to get through this injury bug. I mean, damn, it was like unbelievable. We got to get through this. Get the train back on the track. We got the Lions, and then we got Green Bay up in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's a tough one. We'll obviously talk about that next week, but Yeah, I mean, like, I know we both were pretty pumped after last week's win, but we both knew this was no cakewalk going down to the Falcons.
You knew the Falcons were going to come out. They must win. You know, they needed this game.
I mean,
they
you
didn't
could
show
tell.
up last week. This was their home opener.
They were,
You know, and a shout out
kidding.
to the whole Green Legion that showed up
yeah, there
down
was
there.
a good crowd down there for
I
our
mean,
Eagles fans.
I hope everybody had a safe, enjoyable trip. I know the outcome was not what we anticipated, but, you know, shout out again to all those people that travel. I mean, there's nobody that travels like the Eagle fans.
Yeah, that's for sure. And they're always great, but there's literally we could pick on 1,000 things. Like we were saying, Minkah. I think we both think it's a piece that should be made not just for this season but for the future. He was a rookie last year. He's a stud. I remember watching him on Saturdays at Bama. He is an absolute stud. But now, like I said, with this whole Jernigan thing, they're gonna have to bring another guy in. And I didn't hear this Akeem Spence's name one time last night, but I didn't hear anyone's name pretty much last night.
Wow.
The front guys were not getting home. I personally think Fletcher is still hurting a little bit on the foot. I mean, I know he's getting doubled every time, but like the defense still doesn't give me that much confidence.
No.
I know they kept us in the game last night, but they took advantage of some stupid throws by Matty Ice. And I mean, I like the way Schwartz dialed up the blitz. You live and die by the blitz. That's what happened on the Julio play at the end.
I totally felt like up until that last second, we were going to pull that one out. We were going to win that game and get out of there. Thank the Lord. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. You know, so we just got to regroup. Long season.
Yeah.
It's not jump off the ship.
I have no panic.
I mean, no panic. Wentz, you know, he took some shots last night.
Yeah.
Woo, man, when he got hit in the ribs and came off holding his rib cage, I was like, oh man, here we go.
Yeah.
But as you see, you know, let's talk about injury. You know, Drew Brees out.
Big Ben out.
Big Ben out. You know, so
That's crazy.
that is a position where you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, I would go into any battle with Carson Wentz.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like I said, we both will tell you right away. The first half was ugly.
Yeah.
The first half
Yeah.
was I don't know
Totally.
what was happening in the first half. Talking about first halves and first quarters, I don't know. Dougie needs to get a better.
The slow start, man, it's killing us.
It's from last year too. Last year,
Killing us.
we scored like 40 points in the first
whatever
quarter.
those first
all
scripted
last
plays
year.
are, throw them out.
I
Get
mean,
rid of them.
That's got to change. Like we can't be
I mean,
going
this is
scoreless.
like Big Red. We can't adjust on the fly in this first half. I mean, it ain't working. Do something else.
I mean, I know it's rough. Like you game plan all week with these guys, and then you're just these guys are thrown in when you don't have much work. It was obvious that I mean, there's not much chemistry between a lot of these guys. I know the one throw that went for like a back shoulder or something to Arcega-Whiteside. He wasn't even looking, and then they
Right.
zoom in on Wentz, and he's like, "You need to be looking. We need to figure this out."
I heard today on the radio like Arcega-Whiteside ran like 3 incorrect routes last night.
I mean, don't get me
mean-
wrong. It's a tough spot for him to get thrown into for his like true first game. Because our freaking wide receivers last night was Nelson Aguilar, JJ Arcega-Whiteside, and Matt Collins back from the dead.
Yeah, Mac showed up. Mac Daddy showed up. Made that one big catch.
Talking
know.
about that catch, let's talk about that drive.
Woo.
That drive that was what Wentz can be. That's the big thing. Wentz just needs to get the consistency down. We always see him having these like drives, having these games, but he sometimes just doesn't keep it going, and we gotta start faster. But that drive, when he does the throw that his knee is an inch off the ground,
Yes.
the the quarterback sneaks 2 in a row and he scores, and the big spike right at the end, I was freaking
Pumped.
pumped.
I was pumped.
Pumped. Like, that was such a statement drive, and he was like 6 inches away from doing it again. I mean, he turned it on when it needed to be, but like we said, you can't start slow.
No, and just to piggyback on that with Wentz, I mean, we talked about it. You don't realize how big the dude is until you're down
Oh,
there.
he is a big man.
When you're down there and you can see him on the field, dude's a big dude, man. Big specimen. And, my heart skips a beat every time he runs.
There was a
or
couple
every time he gets hit.
He's got the Joel Embiid effect
mean,
right now.
I definitely do not want to see us without him in the lineup.
Yeah, he grabbed the knee. I mean, but Josh
you
McCown,
gotta
he played all right. He played all
Josh
right.
came in. I mean, there are people talking about we should have left him in for that series. I don't know, man. You got the best quarterback in the game saying I'm ready to go back in. You put him in.
I mean, it's a tough one, but for me, I'm usually the type of person that when the Eagles lose, I'm ticked off, I'm pissed, I'm punching things, I'm throwing things. I really wasn't feeling that last night. For the situation that we were in, the type of game it was.
The thing that disappoints you is you get that close.
Well, yeah, it definitely
you get that
hurts.
close, and you could have stole it. You could have really stole that one.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the ones that, you sit back at the end of the season and go, man, if we would have just won that one in Atlanta, But, hey, I'm always the optimist. I look at it the other way. This is a wake-up call. This is, get back to the grind and come out. And, I feel like the Lions are just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, it's
Bring
a
them
good
to the
team.
link. Let's win this one, and then we worry about Green Bay on a short week.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree. I mean, yeah, I know getting into next week, they're coming off a win against the Chargers. I still think it's a good game to bounce back. It's a good game to get things right. But, I mean, it's going to be interesting because it's probably going to be like Friday or Thursday till we find out who's actually playing.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think Alshon's playing. I think he's out a couple weeks.
I really don't know. Like,
I
don't know anything about this Alshon situation. I don't know about Goddard either. So
I mean, I couldn't believe it when they were saying these guys were out. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, it's so bizarre. It's
crazy.
So bizarre.
Crazy.
But yeah, next week I think we're back. We're good. But then yeah, like we were saying, it's gonna be tough if these injuries are gonna be lingering after that Lions game. It's a quick week, and we gotta go to Lambeau on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And they're looking good right now. They finally got Aaron Rodgers a defense. It looks like so they're 2-0.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's a crazy league.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday, so we're just gonna put this one. We can't win them all.
No.
Obviously, now we're not going 16-0, and we're just gonna take it 1 week at a time.
Yeah, I mean,
And
to piggyback on that, I mean, I don't want to always, like, whenever stuff happens, you always try and think of old times. But this really, to me, feels like week 2 of the Super Bowl season. We start 1-0. We then go to Kansas City, and we lose a pretty similar fashion game that we had no reason and no right to be competing at the end of the game and actually trying to win. But we had a Hail Mary attempt at the end of that game. And it was very similar to that. And then after that game, we won 9 in a row. Once again, I'm not saying we're going to win 9 in a row after this. But it kind of was like one of those it's like a wake-up call. But I have no concern at the moment. It's September.
yeah,
It's week 2.
Yeah.
You don't win championships in
Right.
September.
we'll be down there this weekend. We'll be down there Sunday, Section 115. Look us up, Bird Squawk. We'll be in the house.
Yeah, so I know it hurts. It still hurts. It's gonna hurt until we win on Sunday and kind of heal that. I really have no. We gotta start. We gotta start fast. We can't be working from leads. We gotta work with the lead.
Yeah, I want to see us come out and just handle somebody.
Yeah.
Like we did that Super Bowl season. We
Yeah.
We just like if the Lions were coming in, we were gonna steamroll them. I'm hoping, obviously we're not gonna have our full complement of weapons, but
Yeah.
I think we still can do a lot of things, to the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something to monitor all season. These these groins, these hamstrings, they always seem to linger.
Crazy.
So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. But we're 1-1.
1-1. Mission to Miami. See you in South Beach.
Yeah, it's not where we want to be, but it's all right. No panic here from us. We're good to go. We bounce back. 1-1. Hey, what are you gonna do?
We'll be talking about a win next week.
That's right. Thank you.